Okay, hello there. Welcome to the training. I'm Tanya Cottrell, and today we are going to be talking some basic strategy for those who are elite or premier. Excuse me, I'm getting my stuff arranged here. Okay, so if you have hit the rank of elite, and you have not, or premier, and you have not yet hit silver, then this training is for you. If you have not yet hit elite, you're going to want to go back and do one of the basic trainings. I'll talk about that in a little bit and give you some references. But if you're anywhere in that elite and premier range, then this is going to be very useful for you. Okay, so if you have hit elite, and I want to say if you have personally enrolled around at least 10 people, at least 10 wholesale customers, then I think you're going to be ready for this training. I do want to say, I've got a little note down at the bottom. If you're elite and you've enrolled less than 10 people, and sometimes that happens, and that actually can be a really nice bonus. So if that's happened to you, then it means you probably have either someone above who has placed some people under you, or someone below you who has been enrolling. Both of those can be very beneficial. But there is some foundational skill to really mastering the enrolling process. And so if you have not yet actually begun to enroll people on a regular basis, then I do suggest that you go back and watch my training called Building a doTERRA Business, The Basics. Okay, so you can always find me out on Facebook, social media, or at Essential Oil Classroom at gmail.com if you need a copy of that training. Also, it would be good to go through the Empowered Success Launch Guide. That is really helpful. The Empowered Success Sales Guide. I really am a big fan of Elise Chedevy's daily mentor calls. Those are all great resources to really get that enrolling habit going. But if you have really mastered that, then you have learned how to introduce people to oils. You have learned how to sample, create oil experiences for people, putting oils on them, letting them try oils. You've mastered inviting them to come and learn. You've also mastered how to teach, whether you consider yourself a teacher or not. You have taught, if you're enrolling people, you've taught them enough to know about oils. They want to get their own wholesale account. That means you either are teaching at classes, even if you had some help getting started, or you're meeting with people one-on-one and you're teaching them the info to help them know why they want essential oils, why they want doTERRA, and why they want wholesale. And you have helped them make that decision to enroll, to become a wholesale customer. You have learned how to show the value of wholesale, and you possibly have been already learning and mastering the skill of showing wholesale customers the value of LRP. And if you haven't yet, just keep working towards that. It's a skill to learn, and it will help you with your retention and with your volume growth as you try to rank advance and work towards Premier, Silver, and beyond. And some of you may already have started rolling builders, wellness advocates. Some of you maybe haven't. It's actually really common at this phase to not really feel all that skilled in that area. And if that's you, it's okay. You're going to learn that. If you've already started this, then great. Okay, so that's kind of our checkpoint. Somewhere in this spectrum, some of you are just kind of getting your footing here. Some of you maybe are premiers, really solid premiers. You've been doing this for a while. You're like, I got all that down. What's next? Let's jump into what's next. Okay, so I think we just skipped a slide here. Yes, let's go back here. I want to talk structure strategy with you, and I want to preface this by saying there is no perfect structure strategy that applies across the board to everyone. So this is the closest I can get to a general rule of thumb, smart plan that's going to give you the best payout as you grow your business. If you want to make money, right? You want to get a good payout. So I'm going to teach it to you, but just know sometimes certain situations, you have different people already on your team and you already have a structure started. You may have to tweak this, adjust this. Please reach upline to someone who really knows strategy, a leader that has already gone farther than you, to get some eyes on your organization if you think you need to deviate from this. But for most people that are getting ready to really start looking at structuring, this is going to be a smart strategy to kind of guide you. Okay, so your first focus as you're building your business is to be a solid elite. Now, you premiers, you're already past this. That's okay. You need to learn it anyway because you're going to be helping build people to elite and help them learn this. So you've hit elite, you want to get elite solid. So what do we mean when we say solid with a rank? We mean that you're hitting it month after month after month without sliding back. Okay, so you're hitting that 3,000 OV or higher month after month, and you're seeing like that happen again and again. Then you're solid elite. Once you're hitting it like 3-4 months in a row, you're really solid. Now, I don't mean you have to wait to move forward, but you don't want to be sliding back. You really want to be doing the work to get that elite solid. It makes it feel more organic, and then the more you work at it, the earlier in the month, you should start to see that elite hit, and that's a really good sign. You are really, your first income goal for almost everyone is to get their oils paid for. You want to break even on your LRP, right? Pay for your oils, and that's going to come through Fast Start. So your Fast Start is your commission that you earn when you enroll people. You guys all already know this. I don't have to teach you the basics. You've been making money if you are elite or premier. You've had some checks come in. So pay for oils with your Fast Start. That's your first income goal. And then you want to work on increased income with Fast Start every month. You want to go beyond just paying for your oils. You want to start to see a little bit of profit. And you might not be paying for all your expenses. You might not be covering your training travel, your convention travel, all of this extra supplies you're buying yet. This is a business. You got to invest in. Remember, you got to invest in and trust that it's going to pay off if you keep working. But you do want to first cover your LRP expense, and then you want to be covering that 100, and then you want to be covering 150 so you can run 150 LRP. Because, sorry, it's a little warm in here. I'm going to take my sweater off because when you're doing 150 and you're teaching others to work up to 150, it will kick in that team volume on your power of 3 when you need it to later. Okay, then you want to go beyond. You want to start earning more than that each month. Now this can happen. This can happen quickly. Like I went beyond it my first month, and that was awesome. And if you didn't, that's okay. You can work to go beyond it now. But don't feel like this is going to take forever. If you work hard, you can do it quickly, like the first month or two. And maybe you've been at this for 3 years. That's okay. Don't feel bad. From here forward, you can work hard and you can really get some momentum. Okay, so focus number 2, get solid premier. So what does that mean? You're going to focus on structure to start with. Your 2 executive legs. That is your first structure goal. Now, sometimes people go, no, go for your power of 3. Go build your 1,500 power of 3. I'm a big fan of power of 3, and you'll see that it's on this plan. But if you want the best payout plan, do it in this order. And if it deviates from this, you could still go forward and earn money, but this actually does make the most sense mathematically. You want to work on 2 executive legs. Okay, so you're going to be identifying wellness advocates, people that want to build the business that you can work with, help them to build, and then you're going to start placing under those legs as well to try to get 2 of those legs, 2 executive, 2,000 and 2,000, and then you need a total of 5,000 for your organizational volume to hit premier. All right, so you could have a leg that's 2,000 and another leg that's 3, or you could have a leg that's 2,500 and a leg that's 3,500. Okay, that's 5,000. You could have a leg that's 2,000, a leg that's 2,000, and you have random customers that didn't end up on a leg that equals another 1,000. That's your 5,000. Doesn't quite matter where that other 1,000 comes from, but that's going to get you to premier. So why is moving from elite to a structure of 2 executives to hit premier your focus number 2 instead of those 3 legs and your power of 3? It's because it's going to get you into the empowerment share zone, and you're going to want that. It pays out more than than the first level of power of 3, and you can get it usually easier than your 250. Okay, so to get the empowerment share every month, you have to hit premier that month, and you have to have at least 1 enrollment of 100 PV, which at this level you should be enrolling way more than 1 because you want Fast Start to keep coming in. So I put this down at the bottom. Your income focus is Fast Start. You want to be focusing on earning your 20% from your enrollments, but you want around this level after your elite moving forward, you definitely want to be looking for people to start earning some checks. So they're getting Fast Start, and you're going to be earning those 10 and 5% Fast Start. So notice that's on the next 3. Your Fast Start needs to be an accumulation of all of that, not just your own enrolling, but you want to start helping downline to enroll, because the majority of your income is going to be coming from Fast Start. That's money in your pocket to help your business. It helps float you along while you're building your pipeline. Okay, so Solid Premier, Empowerment Share every month. That's going to give you, I mean, it fluctuates, but it's been up in the 200 range lately, and that's a nice bonus. Plus, with Solid Premier, you now get Unilevel down onto your 6th level. So any customers that are down low on your 6th level, you actually get paid Unilevel, and that's a 6% on top of everything else. That's a nice little added Unilevel too. It might just be a few people now, but it'll grow. Focus number 3, now you're going to really start looking at power of 3 and a structure of 3 legs. Now, there are some times, I just want to put this out there, that people are getting their 50 before this point. Their Premier, they're getting their 50 because they have a random customer that ended up on their front line that's on LRP. Great. If you can get your 50 in there, no problem. That's a bonus. It's helping you. But as far as like trying to spread yourself too thin and build 3 legs, we used to do it that way before Empowerment Share existed. Now it makes too much sense to go after that Empowerment Share and get that money in your pocket as a Premier. Now you can work on leg 3, and that's going to set the stage to work towards Focus 4, which is Silver, and it's also setting the stage for the power of 3 up to $250 a month. So you've got your Empowerment Share for somewhere in that, probably 175 to 220 range. It depends on the month. Bonus every month, plus a 250 power of 3. You've got a nice income jump there before you even hit Silver. Okay, and then focus number 4 is go for Silver. Solidify Silver, 3 legs of $3,000 each. That's going to kick in your leadership pool. And it fluctuates as well. It's not quite as high as your empowerment, but it's tends to be in that 150 range or so. A nice bonus. And then you're going to get level 7 on your Unilevel, which is that 7% level. Again, your Fast Start, 20, 10, and 5, you are enrolling, you are helping people enroll. So that's your main activity. Get to Elite, you're enrolling. Focus on Premier, your power of 3 to 250, your Silver. You need to help people start enrolling. That's going to increase your Fast Start check. It's going to increase your structure. It's going to increase your power of 3, and it's going to help you rank advanced. So you need to be enrolling constantly and helping people enroll. So offer to have people host classes. Invite your customers to hold classes. Give them the option to enroll their people. Teach them how they can become a wellness advocate, set up their LRP, and enroll their own people. Help them earn a check. When you help them earn a check, it really can get them excited to share or build. And that's where your 5 and 10% start to kick in. All right, so your income goal. Up through Premier, the majority of your money is going to come from Fast Start. Almost all of your income will come from Fast Start. So you're just focusing on Fast Start. Once you are going to get up to Silver, I want you to just keep this in a frame of mind because this is your goal. When you get up to Silver, now this is something I teach, okay? No one taught me this. I figured it out on my own. This is what I did for myself, and it really helped my checks. So I'm teaching it to you. You're probably not going to hear this anywhere else because I've never heard anyone else say this, but it helped me. So it's a tip from me to you. Focus on earning half of your income goal in Fast Start. And so a Silver average is up at just over $2,000 a month. And that's what I focused personally, and I put this on here. You pick whatever goal you want, but my personal goal was to try to pull in about $1,000 a month in Fast Start. Does that mean that was all 20% of what I enrolled? No, remember, it's a combination. Some of it was 20% earnings from my enrollments. A lot of it was coming from my downline because I was helping them enroll people, 10% and 5%. When you're helping people enroll people, it increases your Fast Start, and it brings in this magic element to your business, the secret sauce to going all the way to the top, duplication. It's all about duplication. This is not a business of you going out and just selling more oils. It's not a business of you going out and just enrolling more people. Yes, you stay in that action because You need something for people to duplicate, but you need to duplicate. And this is the perfect phase in your business to start learning how to duplicate. It will bump your income up and help it to continue to grow. So personally, that helped me focus my activity. If I was focusing on my enrollments and helping people to enroll so that my fast start checks by the end of the month got up in the $1,000 range, I knew I was doing enough to push myself to the next rank. And I was hitting those income averages. I was. So I just would love for you to adopt that personal goal because it works really well for me. So who should I recruit? Now you're starting to look for people, aren't you? You're starting to look for wellness advocates. Now oftentimes those first two legs, we kind of work with who we have. If that's you, you're not alone. That tends to happen. It's okay. Keep building with them. Keep building with people under them. You never know who's going to pop up and kind of be your rock star. For me, my frontline people, they didn't really go for it right away. And I went all the way to Diamond with a qualifier that was on the second level on one leg. On another leg, I had a qualifier on a third level. On another leg, I had a qualifier on the second level. And then on my fourth leg for Diamond, I finally got someone that was really committed on my front line. I went all the way to Diamond that way. It slowed down my power of 3 a little bit, but that's okay. I made good money going up to Diamond and caught up later with my power of 3. So work with who pops up, okay, even if they're not on your front line. Don't go starting new legs constantly. You'll spread yourself too thin and you're going to miss out on those bonuses. But as you get ready to choose your third leg, you are now at the point where you should be a little more choosy. Okay, be choosy on your first two if you can, but if you kind of feel like you've already got the ball rolling, you may find they might come to really want to build. 2 out of my 3 front lines that weren't building then decided to build later. Okay, so keep strategizing with your upline on that. But as you're picking a new front line for that third leg, and as you're feeding more people and more builders within those legs, because that gives you more options to see who's going to really run with it. Who should you be looking for? You're not just looking for an account. You're not just looking for a warm body. You're not just looking for someone that carries an LRP that you can put some people under. That's what people that feel desperate do. That's what people that feel like they don't have what it takes to recruit real solid builders do. You need more than just a place to put people because you need duplication. Otherwise, you're going to try to build a whole organization up to your goals and build out your 1,500 power 3 by yourself. That is no fun. The whole magic is you build and then you teach people to build and you teach people to build and they teach people to build and it duplicates. You want someone who can and will enroll people. You do have to help them. You can't just enroll them and sit back and watch and see what they do. They need their hand held. Everybody does. Everybody needs training and help. Teach those first classes. Help them do have them do the inviting. That's their first steps. Have them do the inviting. You do the teaching and the closing. Help them to earn a check. It's so powerful. It's so powerful to inspire them to want to share and build. Not everyone will. But you keep doing that for enough people, and someone will. But then you want to watch for their initiative. How are they doing at inviting? Are they doing the training that you're giving them? Are they taking steps? Are they talking to people? And are they excited? Are they bringing people to buy oils? You want to watch for that. Who is ready to go out and share and influence people to enroll? Just remember, you're not desperate. In fact, you can recruit people just as strong and just as committed as you. You can even commit people stronger with more influence and more leadership and more skills and bigger networks than you. One of my favorite tips is to recruit up. Recruit up. It feels intimidating when I go and talk to someone that I feel like is out of my league. But you know what? It does not take recruiting very many of those before you are skyrocketing to the top of doTERRA. Okay, so it's worth having some brave conversations. Pump yourself up. You can recruit up. Don't recruit down. I mean, they need oils. Bring oils to everyone. But don't just go after the people that are an easy yes that aren't really going to do anything. You want to get strategic about recruiting up. So get those people on your chicken list that you're kind of scared to talk to, but you know they'd be amazing. What do you have to lose? Okay, I'm going to leave you with a couple of last tips that are, if I could give you my best tips for the ranks of elite and premier, they are these. First one, don't quit. You're in the messiest part of the messy middle. It's not paying off yet. You're having to put in a lot more work than the payout that you feel like you're getting. And I'll tell you what, that is why most people that quit doTERRA quit at elite or premier. It's true. Elites and premiers quit all the time because they start getting in their head. Well, I'm working so much and this just isn't paying off. I could make more going and doing something else. They're losing sight of the fact that they're working now for the payout later that's going to be way bigger than anything that they invested into. It's not paying off yet, but it will only if you keep going. So just resolve to yourself, I'm not quitting. I'm going to keep going. I want this. And then don't start, stop. Momentum is a must. You cannot break past elite and premier and get to silver, gold, platinum, or diamond without momentum. It's like you're trying to take that plane off. It's like when you're trying to ride your bike uphill. You can't back off on pedaling. You'll go backwards. You cannot take your foot off the gas when you're driving that car. You'll coast for a while and then you'll slow down. It's an uphill push. You're pushing that rock up the hill and it's the hardest point, but you got to get it to the top. Then it gets really hard and you want to quit. And that's when you have the momentum that's going to sail, okay? So I put this picture of a fire. Maybe you've heard me teach this before, but it's like trying to get a flame going. If you're doing it with friction, you've got those sticks, okay? You're rubbing, friction, friction, friction. You get a little heat, you get a little smoke. You eventually get a spark. What happens? You just go, oh, I got one. I got some spark. I got some heat. It goes cold. And you start over. And if you start, stop, and you start, stop, you can do this forever. And you're going to burn yourself out. You're going to be so tired. You're going to be so tired that you're going to burn out and you're going to quit and you're going to say, this doesn't work. No, you just lost momentum. It does work. But you got to stay in it and you got to be steadfast, because fire, once it gets enough energy and momentum, there's no stopping it. It just goes without you, right? And that's what you want. So if you have been at this business and you have stopped or slowed down, taking your foot off the gas, and you're frustrated and you're ready to come back at it, but you're just beating yourself up going, this is what I've done and I have to start all over. It is discouraging. It is. You can't go back and fix it. But you can start afresh now, and you can start building that fire, and you can keep going. You can keep that heat building, and you can keep that momentum going, and don't stop this time. Don't stop this time. Just keep going, because you'll spend this much energy getting to that momentum place instead of like this much again and again and again and again, burning yourself out. You want the easy path, right? Well, the easy path feels like the hardest path, but in the long run, it's actually easier because you're not having to continually start over. So this is the biggest mistake that people make that causes them to fail, to not succeed, and to quit and to give up. Biggest mistake. So just get that in your head. Resolve to not start, stop. Resolve that even when you don't see the fruit and you go, today was really hard, I got a lot of rejection, nobody's coming to my class, maybe this isn't paying off. Nope, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going because I know those that have gone before me say the process works when you stay in it. I'm going to come at it again. I'm going to come at it again. I've got some things in my business right now I'm really trying to problem solve. I'm not giving up because I know I've learned already. Just back up, take another perspective, look at it, go at it again. Maybe you have to tweak a little bit of your approach. Maybe you have to learn a new skill, but just keep going. The momentum will carry you there. It takes some time and it takes commitment. Okay, I hope that helps you I hope it helps you to just really ingrain some of the most important things at Elite and Premier. And I hope it gets you excited because you are on the cusp of leadership ranks, and that's pretty exciting. It's pretty cool because it's not a small thing. It is not a small thing to be elite or premier. A lot of people are striving to get there. Remember how far you've come. Remember that when you're a silver, when you're a gold, a platinum, a diamond. You're always setting your eyes forward, right, to the next thing. But turn around and look how far you've come. and celebrate that, because you've done something magnificent and you are really close to a major breakthrough to have some real success and real residual income in doTERRA. So, all right, are you ready to put our foot on the gas? Okay, I'm excited, and I hope you are too. You can do this.